Okay guys, I've got the transfer case almost mounted up to the trans. Working on it slowly. It's kind of dark right now, so I have a light behind me and I'm outside, so I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can before it gets too dark. And I'll show you the progress when we get there. Now we're going to put all the nuts around. Got a couple of them done just to hold it in place. They still need to be torqued down. I've got just a handful more to go around. We'll get it secure, take the jack stand away, or excuse me, the jack, take that away, and we'll be able to button everything up and then put the skid plate back on. Now it's time to get some of this wiring done. We have some of the lines back here and here. We'll set back up. This actually attaches to the skid plate, so we'll have to put that on towards the end. And we've got, I just plugged this one in, and I've got the sensor on the other side plugged in for the speedometer. And we'll go around and have to, I think I'm gonna push this up first because this piece needs to slide into a ball joint here, and it'd be better off if it's higher because right now it'll totally miss. I don't want to push this around too much. So we'll raise it up, get it locked in, and put those two final bolts on and work on the skid plate. Alright, got the skid plate up, got everything all buttoned up underneath. Transfer case, holding up the transmission. Got the skid plate put in place. I'm going to put the bolt on for the mount. And we'll put this, get this all mounted up. And I'm going to stall on doing the front portion. I'm going to change the trans fluid, I think, and change the filter and all. Got a little leak somewhere. Looks like, I believe it's probably from the pan there. And I did a long time ago anyway, so I think I'll freshen that up since I'm under here. And I have the rear main seal on the engine, which I do believe I'll just change to. It's leaking oil as well, blowing oil all over the place, so we'll do that too. But for right now, we'll get this pan up. Alright, today I'm going to try to attempt to take out this rear main seal. It's all warmed up. I'm going to drain the oil. Okay, next step, now that we've got the oil draining out, we got to take this exhaust off. Unfortunately, it's pretty close up front and it's going to get in the way, so we're going to have to take out 4 bolts up there and unplug the O2 sensor, and hopefully it'll swing out of the way and give us some clearance so we can take this off. Alright, exhaust out of the way. Wasn't too bad up on the flange. I thought that would be worse. That was actually pretty easy. The hardest part is taking it out from underneath the skid plate. There's no way to remove that cat in the back, and the flange doesn't move, and the hanger doesn't move. So all that gets hung up trying to pull it out from the front. Kind of tricky, but I got it. Now we can get to the oil pan. So here's just a quick look at the cats. These are the 2 upper cats. There's the flange. They move. They have a bolt that's still attached to the motor, which makes it real nice. That's real easy. Just drop out these bolts. The nuts stay on top on the other side, and that keeps it real easy. This one I unplugged. That was easy to get to. There's another O2 sensor here that I had to unplug. The plug went, or excuse me, unscrew. The plug went too high. I just didn't want to mess with it, so I unscrewed it. And then it comes right around, welded here, keeps going, welded here and here, and then the hanger's welded, and the flange is solid. So this piece right here underneath the skid plate is kind of rough to get out, but I managed to get it out. Okay, next step is to remove all the bolts from the pan and pull that down. Alright, got the oil pan off. There it is. What kind of concerns me though is I see inside looks like there was a little bit of water, a little bit of moisture. Not a whole lot to foam up the oil, but it does show evidence of something. And I also found a couple pieces of metal, chunks of metal. I have no idea what that goes to, but I know it's not good if it's that big. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but there's the underneath side. I'll take off that bracket there, and we'll be able to get to the rear main and get that seal out. Alright, there's the rear main. We got it out. There's the seal. We'll be replacing these. And looks like on the ends, you see it's cracked. I have 145,000 plus on the motor right now. It's not a whole lot, but it is still up there. I'm sure it was way past due to have these done. So we'll wipe this down, clean it up, and get it prepped. Okay, got the rear main seal done. I put up the oil pan, everything's locked up underneath. I need to put the exhaust back on, and we'll see what she does when she fires up. Got the exhaust back on, at least on the hanger. I'll put it back up on the header in a sec. This little spot right back here is going to be kind of a bear. It's got that hook that holds onto the support up there, and it's actually right there. That's just kind of a booger to get back, put back in place. That's done now though, so we'll do the headers, come back here and reattach this, give it some fluid, and keep my fingers crossed it doesn't leak. Alright, got the exhaust put back on, and while I'm under here I decided I'm going to go ahead and do a change of the fluid in the trans, make that fresh too. This stuff is kind of a bear. You have to be careful when you're taking off that the pan, because it goes everywhere, and I thought I had it taken care of and I didn't. So yeah, lesson learned, right? Anyway, I got the new filter put in, got the new gasket off to the side. We're going to put this all back up soon, and I'm going to show you how to replace the fluid in the transfer case, and that'll be next. Alright, one more thing I forgot to mention was I needed to put on the front drive shaft again. There it is, it's all in place. So we got the front drive shaft put in, brand new cardan joint, everything's good there. Transfer case. Time to move to the rear and drain the transfer case and put new fluid in it. Okay, so I pulled the plug, both of the plugs. On here I was able to get the filter plug out and the drain plug. It had a little bit of fluid in there, but not much at all. So thankfully I decided to do this, because if I tried to drive around just see what it would do, I'd be running on a dry transfer case and would have destroyed this one too. So this is a good thing. Next thing is going to be plug that back up, pump everything into the top hole till it just starts to leak out, and we're done with the transfer case. Final step would be to put on the rear drive shaft, and we're good to go. Okay, got the axle put on. Everything seems to be a-okay. We're going to spend some time on the road, give it a few miles. We'll see if everything works, and we'll get back to you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.